Today I'm going to teach you how to insert squares and rectangles and be able to actually create a visual model of your fraction. All right, we'll start with the question. Ethan went to physical education class 10 times this year. He spent 3/5 of those classes outside. How many of Ethan's physical education classes this year were held outside? So if we look at the whole number, we know that to draw this as a model, we're going to need 10 rectangles. So to create 10 rectangles, we come up to the rectangle toolbar up here and we click on it. And we just create one. There's one. Okay, and after we create one, we need to have the inside of this filled with white. So we're going to go up to shape fill and I'm going to change it to white. So now we just have an outline shape of a rectangle. And from this question, we know that we need 10. So I am going to hit Control C to copy that rectangle. Now I want to paste that rectangle 10 times, or for a total of 10 times. We already have one rectangle, so I just need to paste it 9 times. So I hold down Control, the CTRL button, and I hit V 9 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then we want to organize them. So I'm just going to pull them over here and give them some sort of organization on the screen. That way I know there are 10. Now yours doesn't have to look exactly like this, but I want to know that I have 10 rectangles on the screen to play with. Okay, so here are my 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, now when I go back to the problem, I have 10 whole rectangles. Well, how am I going to split these rectangles up? If I have 10 of these, each rectangle is going to have to be split up a total amount of times. So I'll look back up at the question and I see there are 5, right? That is my denominator, 5. So that means each rectangle has to be divided into 2/5. So to do this, you can go up to the little line here, or you can go to Insert, then click Shapes, then the line here, and you're just going to draw a line. And there you have a line. So I know that this rectangle is going to be divided into 5 parts. So I have one line, so that means I need to Control C to copy it, and I need to Control V to paste it 4 times. Because if I have 4 lines, I can take these and I can paste them, space them out just how I want them. Now your model does not have to be exactly perfect, but you need to know that each of these rectangles will be divided into 5 parts. So you will do this to each rectangle. Again, I can copy and then paste it. Bring it over. Remember, Control C is to copy, Control V is to paste. And I'm going to do this for each rectangle. All right. After I have copied and pasted that many bars, so now I have 10 rectangles with each rectangle being divided into 5ths. Okay, so there's only one digit left after I've got the 10 and the 5. Well, it's the numerator, it's 3. 3 tells me how many times I'm going to shade in, or how many I'm going to shade in from each rectangle. So 3, that means each rectangle I will shade in 3. To do this, I'm going to go up to my Draw menu, click Draw, and I have all of these colors I can draw with. I'm going to click on the big yellow highlighter and just make me a line. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Now I am showing a model of my multiplication problem. So what I can do is actually write it now as a multiplication problem, which would be 10. Oops. I'm going to go back to Insert, a text box. Let's see. It would be 10 divided by, oh, I'm sorry, not 10 divided, 10 multiplied by 3/5, just like that. Now that you see that 5 goes into 36 times, when I look back at my model, what it is telling me is saying I could take all of the yellow highlighted parts, and if I added them all together, meaning I took this one here and placed it here, I took this one here, sorry, this one here, placed it there. If I did all of that, it means it would cover in 6 spots. You can see where I took the 3 out of each of these rectangles and I just moved them to these rectangles, and you can notice that I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 whole rectangles now that are filled up. That represents my answer of 6.